Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King.
Canvas.
Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King.
Okay, what's going on, everybody? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Okay, I'm trying to upload something for y'all real quick. Ooh, no, they just being a little bit too damn difficult. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if they allow me to do this. I don't want no child. The thing, yes, that's the way we want to go. Okay. Hold on one second, y'all. I do apologize for this, but no, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. They need to stop changing stuff because, ugh, we might have to improvise a little bit. Hold on. Sorry, y'all. I do apologize. Well, I hope y'all had a great day and everything is a-okay in your neck of the woods. 'Cause I'm trying to. Hold on one second. Let me do something. Woo! Sorry. I hope y'all doing well. Yesterday was Labor Day. I do want to say thank you to um, the one and only Ron P for all the labor that he puts in on the YouTube streets. I just want to say thank you to him because I know he's. I wish it was a way for him to capitalize on all that he does um, on the YouTube streets for us because I'm sure he saves a lot of people a lot of time and effort, and he's been very since I've known him. He's been very skilled in not choosing sides, or he's been able to infiltrate. Well, I say infiltrate. He's been able to join, or let's just say enjoy many chats and be a contributor to many chats um, without, rubbing people the wrong way, or without going into a chat and then going into a chat and then having to appease that content creator. He's very diplomatic, so and he brings a lot of information to the YouTube street. So I just want to, shout out Ron P for that on Labor Day because that's what he does is very laborious um, in what he does. So I just want to, shout him out for that because he definitely makes the YouTube streets. And if you know him as long as I have, he's always a positive contributor to the YouTube streets and what we do. All right, y'all. I'm trying to show praise and work at the same damn time. I will be acknowledging y'all in a minute. Just give me a minute because I'm trying to work on the fly, y'all. Dang. Hold on, girl. I want to do it this way. Okay. Oh, hell no. Okay, there we go. The boy. I see why Jay Wilson don't want to use this technology because he would embarrass his ass. There we go. All right, here we go. We're good to go. Ooh, child. All right, let's acknowledge those who are here. So that's the agenda that I got. It's not like riding a bike because you will forget. All right, hopefully y'all can hear me okay. So hello, detached. Listen, I will be paying attention to my live broadcast on YouTube because I do only pay attention to it on StreamYard. So if you do comment, hold on, I will be acknowledging y'all. Hold on one second. So right now, let's look at my top fans. Right now, we got Nessa A as a top fan, and Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett is number 2. And right now, we got as number 3, Detach Myself, and number 4 is Ron P. And number 5 is Auntie Donna. So I'm going to reference those who are top 5, and I know we go all the way to 8. Ooh, child. But right now, I'm going to reference the top 5. So that will encourage hopefully some participation and some engagement. So I want to acknowledge those who are here. What's up, Detach? How you doing? Thank you for being here. That's the A. Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. Watanya Jones, how you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here as well. Short Spoiler that says, y'all pray for me. I just love my, oh, Lord, oh, Lord, oh, Lord. Sorry to hear that, Cheryl. Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett, we please offer your prayers and sympathies to the Burnett family. Cheryl's father has passed at the age of 88. So our prayers are with you, Cheryl.
Jesus is all. Jesus is all. I need to get by. Jesus is all. I need to get by. I need to get by. To get by. In the morning, he's all. To get by. I need he's all. You and I need to get by.
Yes, once again, please keep Cheryl Burnett and her family in your thoughts and prayers. Her father's passed away at the age of 88. So, Cheryl, keep your head up, girl. Keep your head up. All right, so we're going to transition appropriately and respectfully, and we'll be right back. All right, once again, condolences to the Burnett family. What's up, Heavy Bear? How you doing? Good to see you. Um, they were talking about Ron P. So Ron P says, "Props, Sir King. Props to you." I'm about to call him Larry P. for Labor Day. No, props to you, Ron P. All that you do. The text says so true about Ron P. Auntie Donna's in the house. So Auntie Donna, baby, good to see you. All right, well, Heavy Bear says hello, 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 Heavy Bear. Yes, prayers to Cheryl Burnett and her family. Hello to you, lovely one. Don't be telling people you got a job, girl. They try to come for it. Cheryl Burnett says, thank you all. God is still good. Amen. Amen. Your father, I'm sure, left a lasting legacy and impression on the world. Okay. All right. Also, what's up, Vibes Queen? How you doing? Long time no see. Long time no see. Also, for the top chatter, for the top participant, what's the number one fan? I'm gonna try to make it fun around here. For the number one fan, I'll send you $5. I'll send you a $5 cash out. And at the conclusion of the broadcast, whoever's number one fan, I will send you $5. Sorry, child, but that's all I got. $5. I will send you a $5 cash app at the end of the live if you are the number one fan. Okay, that's how we're gonna try to make it fun. Because all these damn content creators are so damn greedy, like greedy, and we gonna get into the greed. My golly. Um. Yes, Nesta says, so sorry for your loss, Shirley. My deepest condolences to you and your family. Yes. Okay, so let's get into it. Like I said, the number one fan of the show will get $5. Hopefully, I'll be able to buy you a piece of a chicken leg at lunch, a Coke, or a bag of a small bag of chips because inflation is so damn high. So let's get into it. Gym update. So I told you I finally found a gym, but boy, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. So I like to work out in the early morning. I'll send you $10. Ooh, child, the tax that she'll make it. Ooh, she making it rain over here. She'll make it rain. Ooh.
Somebody ought to praise him in here.
I bet you greedy ass Lemon won't do that. Anyway, the tax says she'll put $10 on it to make it 15. So if you the number one chatter, you gonna get $15 today. Now maybe that can help you buy some 8 piece at Kentucky Fried. Maybe you can split it into 2 days and have two lunches. I don't know. So thank you to tax. So right now the top chatters, the top five are Nessa A. Your Pleasure, 721, Auntie Donna, Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett, and Detach Myself. All right, so whoever's number one, that's the top five. So whoever's number one get $15 courtesy of Detach. She done tripled the prize, girl. She done tripled the prize. Okay, I'm out of it. So you're not gonna do it no more? Ah, oh, no, girl, you can't be like that. Detach. All right, so let's get into it. Gym update. So yeah, so I said I finally found a gym. So I went there yesterday. I like to work out in the early AM just to get it done, whatever. I said, oh, this is a nice crowd today. Boy, let me tell y'all something. I went there today. I got there a little late. Woo! 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 Boy, there was so many people up in there, but I said, this gym got a lot of machines, and I see why. Child, there was so many people up in that damn thing. I was, in this gym. They got all different ages, all different ethnicities. Now, I ain't racist. I'm not racist. Okay, let me just say that once and for all. I'm not racist, so don't take it racial. But I have to, so yeah, because y'all using y'all mental imagery. But let me just, it was this white, I'm not going to say it was a couple, but it was this white man and man. So they may have been workout buddies. My God, they cleaning their equipment down as if like Ebola up in the damn gym. I'm like, they wiping the back of it. They wiping the handle. They doing all this. And I'm like, if anybody should be worried about it, should be like, I was just looking at them. They kind of perturbed me a little bit because I'm like, damn, what you trying to say? With people up here dirty? Like, if anything, all that wiping down don't do nothing. I hate when people really. I understand they're being hygienic, but what really bothers me is when you do that, you make it worse for the next man that come behind you because now it's the thing is wet. Whatever. If anything, you should clean your hands with the antiseptic fluid that they provide in the dispenser to get that, right? But it was just like, oh, y'all just are y'all sending this anyway. And then they the ones that really spread. And what I'm about to say, y'all, they the ones that's really spreading germs because they got the kind of shirt on that's like their back is exposed. So if anything, if you got any kind of disease on your skin, you really kind of spread it to other people because your back is exposed. Like if you fully clothed, then. But anyway, that was just one of my gripes. And then this motherfucker, I'm saying he coming over here practicing his karate moves. I'm like, what? What? So you using the machine. You gotta make sure you don't get kicked in the face by him because he's sitting up there thinking he Jackie Chan or something. Anyway, I was like, whatever, whatever. I got my workout done, but I know I gotta make sure I get there earlier because yeah, it's gonna be a lot. But other than that, like I said, they got enough machines to deal with the high number of clientele. I just wonder if it's packed around this time of day. Boy, I could just imagine at night. I could just imagine at night, boy. But anyway. The only thing I really got now solved is my cardio issue, and I got it, but it's because that gym don't really have no basketball court or nothing. So, and I'm not a treadmill person. I'm not. I don't do that treadmill, and I don't do that. I get on the bike, but I'm not gonna be in that long because I just don't. That's boring to me. So I'll figure out the cardio, but at least I got something to work with. The cardio piece is something I can do, but it's just gonna take an extra effort. So that's the gym update. Oh, let's get to the basketball part. So what was yesterday? Yesterday was Labor Day. Yeah, yesterday was Labor Day. So yeah, Labor Day. Okay, yeah, Labor Day we played two on. We played 2-on-2, 3-on-3. That was fine. But Sunday, boy, I was woo. Ooh, I was making the threes. I was making it rain. I was making it rain just like it was like a hurricane. I was ooh, bam, bam, bam. They were so mad. They had a 7-zip lead, came back, bam, hit the game winner on their asses. I was like, bam, ooh, Lord. And then it was a big dude. And then he was big, but he could shoot. So I'm like, oh damn, because like, I'm a big dude. Like I'm tall, well, whatever. Mm. I'm tall, tall. So usually these little midgets usually guarding me, so I can like shoot over them, whatever. So I'm like, oh damn, like he was big. Like I had to like push his ass and whatever. So I said, what I gotta do now? I said I gotta be quicker. So I did a spin move on his ass and left his ass in the dust. He was like, ooh, you quicker than me. I'm like, damn right, but I ain't say it like that. But I said, oh yeah, I had because that regular post up game was not gonna work. But anyway, he was a nice guy. I thought he wouldn't have been as nice, but he was a nice guy. So, and he could shoot. He could play a little bit. And he's like, I'm just here to lose weight. I said, okay, I feel you. You might bring Brian. You should bring Brian with you. But anyway, I don't even know Brian can play no damn. He don't never mention nothing about no sports. That's weird. Brian don't mention nothing about no sports. But anyway, he on the track. Anyway, but yeah, so that's the gym update because that's been a little bit of a downer because like I told you, the other gym closed or changed hands and stuff like that. Plus, I needed something closer anyway. All right, so that's the gym update. You will not get my money. Okay, so the Avatar mobile is having a little bit of issues or whatever. So I had to go to the auto parts store. Now, mind you, the last time I went up there, I noticed something different about the ownership. I'm like, whatever. I just thought it was a one-off situation because before, when I was always going there, it would be sometimes us, like black people working in there or whatever. So I went up there, none of us. And then the lady was so damn rude. She didn't say hi, how you doing? She just kept working on her computer. I was compelled at that time to just slam my hand down on the counter and say, "Hello, do you see me?" Like I really was, but I was patient. I was patient. I was patient. So the other guy, child, didn't speak a lick of English, but he got a nose ring, ear ring, eyebrow ring, and then had the nerve to have nail polish on his damn thumb. I was like, oh, okay, whatever. So I said, no, you will not, and this is not being racist, but you will not get my money if you can't talk to me. I just like, and then you kind of coming into the community and kind of being low key disrespectful. And I'm just like, no, I'm tired of that. You will not get my money. You will not get. And I'm like, next time I will crowd. I would travel across town because I like going to them because I just like they were kind of convenient and I feel like ask them questions. But if I can't talk your language, then what the hell? Like I'm not gonna go up there and then you gonna try to finesse me on that. So no, you will not get my money, and that's my whole situation with businesses. Like no, y'all, this is not okay. It's not okay to sit up here and normalize moving into a neighborhood and then not being able to communicate to the people who you serving predominantly. No, like when does this become okay? Like, it, I'm not being racist, but the one thing I do agree with Trump is listen, you can't like if I was to ever go into Honduras or Guatemala or Germany, I would at least be able to come over and communicate. It's just like you people just sit over here like, oh, well, you don't know how to talk to me. I'm not, and then take my dollar. No, no, we're not doing that. Mm-mm. So that's how I feel about the situation, and it's happening more too often than it should be. All right, next thing I want to talk about is it's about to get ready for red. Get ready for red. The market, I'm telling you, is on its last stand. It's on its last stand. They've been propping it up since to be honest, the Biden administration. It's been propping it up since then. And I've been telling you, get ready for red. But more than ever is Trump's tariffs. Um, yeah, I do agree with that because you're um. Did I say your name right? Trezur. I agree with that. I do more and more. We do need an official language because ambiguity regarding, oh, I have the right to speak this and I have the right to speak that. Let me tell you something. In the business community, that causes a lot of issues. If you in the business community, because you need to have one language, because you it just leads to a lot of inefficiency in the workplace when when you got people communicating different language because they're lazy. What I find out and why people don't speak a certain language is because one, they're ashamed to, and two, they're lazy. When they get pushed to do it, then they okay, like I see better success. But in a business setting, you need to have one language because you need to be efficient. You can't have two, three, or four people talking this one language and leaving out a key member of your operations because they don't speak the language. It needs to be one language. Oh, Trezur, okay. Just want to be respectful. So yeah, I just feel like, but I mean, I'm always open minded, but the way I was seeing that being abused, no, we need one language. We need any other place you have a predominant or dominant well, predominant or prioritize a language for that to be communicated against. And I'm all for okay inclusion and shit, but not when it's like when people taking advantage of it. But also I've seen it in the business setting lead to operational inefficiency, and it's just like no, you can't put your feelings. Fuck your feelings. Business is not about feelings. Fuck your feelings. We need to be efficient, and we need to make sure that we all can communicate in one language. Now, you want to set the secondary language consideration? That's fine. But I'm more of a proponent that we need one language now than ever. You know, especially especially when it comes down to safety. Safety is paramount. When it comes down to safety, people motherfuckers better learn. And I feel like when you do have an ambiguity regarding a dominant language, then people become lax and feel it's not a priority. If I was like I was saying, if I was to ever to go to a different country, I would not be upset if they asked me that to speak their language. But certain places in this world, people get upset when they come over to a country. If I come over to a person's country as a guest, how can I be upset with them mandating that I speak the language that they asked me to speak when I came over to their country? Like that's just their mindset is weird. Like I don't understand how you come to somebody's house and then go dictate how you go engage and then say it's not fair. That's weird to me. That's really weird. Lovely one, don't be rushing me. I'm an entertain. You got motherfuckers up here 10 o'clock at motherfucking for 10 hours, and you got the nerve. And I only been 20 seconds, 22 minutes into my broadcast, and you gonna tell me to come on with the program, girl? No, that's not right. That's inappropriate. Audience engagement for real, for real. Uh, no, because you wouldn't dare go over to somebody else's program and tell them when they 3 hours talking about bullshit. Um, no, I want to say what I want to say. This is time out of my day I'm making for y'all. Okay, trust me. I could be asleep or I could be at the damn park right now because I really want to go to the park. I really want to go to the park. I really do. I say this would be a great day to go to the park, but no, I want to come live and talk to the people. So be careful. 'Cause I can sit up here and go through the program. Boop, see you later. Bye. You get what I'm saying? Trust and believe. Okay. All right. Let me see what else to say. Let me see what else. What's up, Black Pearl? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here as well. All right. So that's what we'll talk about. Okay. So get ready for red because I feel like to this week we got a major jobs report. I feel they're going to intentionally blow that. Make sure that number is low. Which will be further encouragement to cut the interest rate, which happens on September 15th. Position yourselves accordingly. I mean, everybody gonna say, "Oh, the economy is going great." It's going because they're gonna cut the interest rate. Watch, Trump is gonna be, "Oh, everything's going high. Da da da. We needed this. This is da da." And I honestly feel prepared for a bigger interest rate cut than that's what they're saying. I really do because I really do. I don't think they're gonna keep it at that whatever that 0.5. It might be a whole damn point. And then once you see that, you're gonna see like the stock market go ballistic. Those of y'all 401ks, somebody said they pension plan, whatever y'all got on investments is gonna go absolutely insane that day. So I just mark that day, September 15th. Because I don't think a lot of people feel that we are actually behind in terms of cutting interest rates. We're behind other countries, other nations in terms of that. But the downside of that is when you do that, you're going to cause interest rates to go up. I'm sorry, not interest rate. You're going to cause inflation to go up. Because when you cut the interest rate, that's now less interest people have to pay on loans and stuff like that. So that allows people to buy more things, I guess, stimulate the economy in that way, which will cause inflation to go up. So that's been the main thing. But like I said, we $3.7 trillion in debt. And Trump is mad because every day that it sits at that 7% or whatever that interest rate is now, it sits at whatever it is now. That's more interest that the United States has to pay on the loans that they owe, which is adding more and more to the debt. So September 15th could be a great day financially, but I think that that's just temporarily a joyous moment, right? You're gonna see crypto go insane right now. I think Bitcoin is $110, and it may creep. It's going to creep even lower, but like I said, it's going to be a catalyst as we get closer to the 15th. So, but then everybody don't know about Trump's tariff. I feel like it's going to go down September 15th, go up. Sorry, go down September 5th, go up September 15th, and then go down again. Because why? You want to have these companies telling you about tariffs. Now, if Trump then says, "Oh, I give a reprieve on tariff, or I lower the tariff rate," you gotta see that it's cutting into the margins of these companies. You might have a market that goes even higher. So who knows? But Trump is saying these tariffs are bringing in so much money, that there won't be any income tax on people who earn a certain amount, and it's a lot tied up into this uncertainty. But we shall see because these times are unprecedented. So, the last thing I want to talk to you about is legal rights. So all this stuff with Trump moving into D.C., I think he said he going to L.A., he going to Chicago next. I heard like there was how many people killed in Chicago this weekend? It was a lot of people that got killed, like double-digit numbers that got killed. And it caused me to like really like want to know what my rights are. What are my rights as a human, as citizens of the United States? When are they being infringed upon, and what are the rights of law enforcement? So what I've done is I don't know. I went out and I bought a book. So right now I'm reading "You Have the Right to Remain Innocent" by James Duane. Just in case you want to know. So that's what I'm reading right now. I wanted something short and sweet. I didn't want nothing too long. Right now, it's okay. I'm in the beginning of reading it, but the two things that I know that come across real quickly is don't engage. So if you're in part of law enforcement, I ain't trying to tell people not to engage with y'all, but I'm gonna tell y'all a story real quick after I go to this part. About this, it's just pretty much the two things that you should only really do when law enforcement engage you is give your name and where you are currently. Because in the book, it talks about how people give too much information and how law enforcement connects the dots of things that you tell them to benefit them, even if what they thinking in their head is wrong. And then on top of that, it goes into like various laws and how laws are put in place that are too broad and allow for too much interpretation in terms of the legal system, but and how what people, like I said, once again, what people, the information people give, and then how you think that, oh, if you innocent, why you not talking to us? How those are tactics and tips or trips or whatever you want to call it, tactics and maneuvers used by law enforcement to get or extract stuff they want to use to prove that they have a reason to detain or arrest you. Really, you say you should be invoking your Fifth Amendment. How he was also saying that prosecutors and judges tell their children to, enact their Fifth Amendment by just saying, they want to enact their Fifth Amendment, and all they really have to provide to law enforcement is their name and then just why they are at their current place, not where they were 30 minutes ago or where they're going, just why they have a reason to be where they are currently, and that's all you got to do. And like I said, they give numerous examples of how, when they give too much information, it goes wrong for them. a lot of times. And with law enforcement, they start connecting dots of things, how they, what information they got prior to encountering you and stuff like that. Now, also, he says there are times when you, if you don't be a jerk when you actually have a reason to be where you at. Like they said one time, if you were at a business and you got locked out, just say, hey, I work here, stuff like that. That's not going to incriminate you because you have a reason for being there. But if you're walking on by a building and the police now want to associate you with a burglary, you don't have to tell them, oh, I was just getting out, leaving. And you don't have to do that, because that might get you caught up or might give them reason to detain you. Trezur says 54 people shot, 70 people killed. Thank you, Trezur. I knew that number was high. I knew that number was high, which only gives them, and now, going back to the whole law enforcement thing with Trump is that Chicago does or Illinois does not want them there. Does not want them there. Okay. All right. Let me check into my live on YouTube to see what we got going on regarding the top chatters. Let me see. Hold on one second. So what the hell? Law enforcement. I'm sorry. Hold on. All right, let me see what we got as the top fans. The top fans are right now. Let's see. Hold on one second. Oops, keeps closing on me. I don't know why. Top fans: Anessa A, Your Pleasure, Auntie Donna, and oh Lord, what's your name? Trezur, Buckeye. Okay, what's up, Buckeye? Buckeye is number 4, and Vibrant Love is number 5. Okay, all right. So those are the top fans. Like I said, the top fans they get $15. Well, the top fan gets $15 at the end of the broadcast. Okay, all right. Vibrant Love says 57 people. Okay. All right. So, like I said, that book was trying to, I just like to stay abreast on what's going on legally. So you know your rights, know your rights, know your rights. Because when you encounter law enforcement, they prey on you not knowing your rights and stuff like that. So, okay. So know your rights. Let me tell you something. I don't, I'm just saying, I mean, law enforcement, y'all got to work on y'all attitude a little bit. Because, y'all want the public to help y'all, but y'all attitude sometimes be stank. That's all I'm going to say. Okay. Babylon says, I wish we could turn that off. The fan thing, it cramps my style. Why cramp your style, Babylon? Why? I just tried to decide to do it. I don't know. Because I thought it'd be something fun for the people. But, I don't know. I guess it does. I guess because you got people, I don't know. I don't know. All right, so let's move on next. We're going to get into the news that you absolutely cannot use. We're going to take a brief commercial break. If you want to, feel free to send a gesture at $sign crowd. Once we come back, we're going to talk about Jay Wilson might catch a case, Treasure Lane gets legal, Treecey versus Pizarro, IRS money. Good child. We'll be right back, y'all. Okay, we'll be right back. Hold on. Oldie but goodie.
And yeah, that just stop that damn begging. I'm old begging, old nasty queen. Leave me my dollar alone. And yeah, that just stop that damn begging. Leave me my dollar alone. Leave me my dollar alone. And yeah, that just stop that damn begging. Leave me my dollar alone. And yeah, that just stop that damn begging. I'm old begging, old nasty queen. I'm old begging, old nasty queen. Yeah, that just stop that damn begging.
You tractors. You tractors. You tractors. You tractors.
State of being, I'm not paying that. I mean, playing that. No, that lady petty. Oh hell no. She asked for not to be played, and I'm not gonna play it. No, 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 no. But nice setup though. What's up, CEO, little boss lady? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right. So let's talk about Jay Wilson might catch a case. Now, Jay Wilson keeps talking about that Tommy and Castro situation, and he keep digging in on Tommy. Word, there has been like I don't watch Tommy, I don't watch Castro because I don't know where they channels at. To be honest, like I don't get no notifications of that. So Tommy has been giving Jay Wilson subtle hints that he gonna catch him up in the legal system, right? And Jay Wilson before kind of like said, "Oh, I don't know no Tommy, I don't know da 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 da." But Tommy has mentioned that, and Jay Wilson went in on Tommy again recently. Okay, and he said some very like obviously derogatory, degrading things and stuff like I told you, da 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 da. If Jay Wilson does not watch it, Tommy can get Jay Wilson for cyber harassment. Like Jay Wilson keeps playing around, like thinking that because he's in another state, da 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 da. The things that he is saying, he can't say that he's not aware of what Tommy is going through because he knows he's on the video saying this stuff, right? And he keeps talking about the case and what he's got into and the ramifications on him. And he keeps, in a way, it's not encouragement. It's not actually benign, neutral commentary. He's taking and making derogatory statements about Tommy, like in a degrading way. And you know, Tommy can hit Jay Wilson with a cease and desist. Let's be honest, because there is a legal situation going on. He could ask him, "Hey, cease and desist. Stop talking about me." Or Tommy could take it another level and say, "Hey, I'm not trying to get nobody no clues." But I think Tommy has like kind of subtly asked Jay Wilson to stop. But like I say, I don't know Tommy's other channel. I don't know that, but what Jay Wilson is saying about Tommy can be viewed as harassment. Now, let's take it one step further. Y'all quick to protect Big Man TV because y'all say he got a mental issue, he da da da. Y'all don't know if Tommy's in a protected class too. That's another thing I don't hear people, you know, verifying or checking, not checking in a way it's a doxing, but verifying or trying to make sure that hey, am I harassing someone who's in a protected class? Because y'all let Big Man TV and y'all, I've seen content creators, I'm gonna leave Big ODS. I'm not coming at you, ODS, but you like, I'm not one. I ain't gonna mess with nobody that get in a protected class. But I've heard ODS say that he don't mess with Big Man TV the way he could because he may be in a protected class. I've heard other people just kind of leave Big Man TV alone because of that point. But once again, let me bring it back to Tommy. Y'all ain't done the verification that y'all needed to make sure maybe Tommy's in a protected class from that standpoint, right? So Jay Wilson, you keep messing with someone who's in a protected class. That boy, excuse me, I don't mean to refer to you as a boy, Tommy, but you are a boy in a way in reference to the way you reference Jay Wilson as Dada. That boy may come back and put papers on Jay Wilson if he thinks that it's leading to his. Y'all keep saying the boy is crashing out. Well, Jay Wilson may be adding to his crash out, to his humiliation or torment mentally because he's being discussed in such a vile and derogatory way. You know what I'm saying? And then you also have to be careful of these monikers that people give you because in the court of law, if Tommy is referencing this man as Dada, the court of law goes to that. Well, wait a minute. Was there some grooming going on here? Was there an older 55-year-old man, grooming and psychologically taking and emotionally taking advantage of this young 33-year-old man? I mean, they're going to look at that. And this category, Jay Wilson 8 degrees in advanced education may hurt him because in the eyes of the law, the judge may see that this man is well established and educated to understand that the emotional trauma due to the training that he has been given and has taken, how and also that he is someone that has placed himself in the educational realm of how he may strategically be able to manipulate and earn the trust of someone like a Tom, especially if he is in a community that is protected. So, Jay Wilson, you may be lining yourself up to put some papers on you, and you don't even know it. And all that coin you talking about getting not gonna go to a lawyer. I'm just saying, because like I said, I he picked up and said some very harsh things about Tommy the other day. You know what I mean? Oh, he the only one. They're gonna work or been willing to work, and the boy crashed, and that, it's just stuff that could be re-triggering to Tommy. And he's like, "Oh, your daddy." Da, 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 da. You know, it's just like, ooh, just leave them alone. Like, don't touch them. Don't talk to them. Just like you can't like your lack of, and you talking about discipline. Your lack of discipline and emotional intelligence might see you up in a court case. And then, I mean, this the the law is for the lawless. And times is caught up. In 2020, I was talking about this. Y'all up here harassing, y'all doxing. Yeah, it ain't no law on the books, but it's gonna be law on the books now because of COVID and what y'all doing to people, right? And oh, shut up, Sir King. There ain't no law on the books. And look what happened. So, and like I said, Tommy has hinted at that. You know, oh, I'm just on here doing my job. I'm just on here doing my job. Well, there's people that are hitmen too. They would just say they were doing their job too, but there's legal ramifications of being a hitman, right? You know? So just because you say it's your job, don't excuse you from being legally responsible for the harassment. And then you receiving proceeds from that harassment. I mean, in the terms of that, that's not mutual combat. That's, you doing it to for monetary gain. I'm just saying. I'm just giving my analysis and commentary. What's up, Dr. Sober? How you doing? You said right. Dr. Sober says you can't tell him. No, you can't. Getting my coins. I come on, I put my commercials in. So then, YouTube's got to look at you as a liability, Jay Wilson. If they're up here incentivizing you, because you're not one time you sit up here and say you did it for the passion, you did it for community bonding. You say you do it because you get enriched from the platform holder. So if Tommy then decides to sue YouTube because it's enabling him or you and giving you a platform to harass him, now you become a liability to YouTube. I'm just saying, because you said the coins keep you here. So it's the financial enrichment that the platform owner is providing you that is causing you to now re-traumatize somebody who's in an ongoing legal situation. I'm just saying. Wow, I just noticed that Sir King now has goals set. Outstanding. Thank you, Ron P. Yeah, I got some goals. I got 5 goals. 5 goals. Yes, Brown Beauty, Ron P, the best mod on board. And we got Bible Love. Don't forget Bible Love, because Bible Love be over here. She's from a different camp. But she got moderator of the year by a different camp. So Dr. Sophie says, ridiculous old church thing. I'm just saying. So Jay Wilson might catch a case that way. And then you gotta understand, if his daddy is putting up bond for him and all this, his daddy and you don't understand who's the guardian of Tommy. So if Tommy's father is still his guardian by legal definition, his daddy might sit up there and start putting a case on you. I'm just saying, because he feels that you're endangering the mental and emotional welfare of his child. You got to start moving smarter, baby. Everybody ain't worth the commentary or the ramifications of the commentary you put on them. Jay Wilson. So it's an easy remedy. Stop talking about them. But then again, you might be attracted to them. So who knows? I don't know. All right, next we're moving on. Let's see how we doing in terms of the top fan. Top fan award. Let's see. Let's see who's the top fan. Let's see who that is. Ooh, Brown Beauty done moved up to number 1, child. I told you. Anybody who's the top fan at the end of the broadcast will get a $15 cash out thanks to uh, Detach Myself for contributing 10, and I'll put them in 5. We got number 1, Brown Beauty. Number 2, Nessa A. Number 3, Your Pleasure. Where number 4 at? Oh, I guess somebody tired. I guess y'all tired. Oh, they're tired. Somebody tired for 4, because 4 ain't there. And number 5 is Auntie Donna, baby. Right now, it's Brown Beauty World, the top thing. But you know how many people talk about this. But Jennifer Jones, you're right in a way, but there's no one who's repeatedly. So you gotta understand, there's no one that repeatedly had the history that Jay Wilson has leading up to that case. He was an intention, and the videos are there. He was an intentional provocateur and catalyst for what transpired continuously. Then I don't hear nobody referencing Jay Wilson as Dada or Daddy or whatever, like Tommy did. So when you look at that from the eyes of the court of the law, that's deep. And the thing is, Jay Wilson continues to mock, degrade that young man. Lastly, I also want to say is we don't know if Tommy falls under a protected class. So taking in those considerations, you have to look at it from that angle. You're welcome to Taz. Thank you as well for your contribution to hopefully making that a successful venture. Okay. All right. So next, let's talk about Trezur Lane gets legal. So I guess I don't know. I only heard from what Trezur Lane's standpoint is. So apparently, there's this picture that's been going around that look like Trezur Lane and some seductive or pornographic post or something, but that's not him. It looks like him, but it's not him. Apparently, LSA is the culprit in the situation, and this happened years ago, but now it's catching back up. And Trezur Lane is one particular person. I forget who it is, but this particular person has tagged Trezur Lane under this particular post, tagged his government name, his 2 online presences in which he goes by, I guess, to get traction under that particular post. He kind of clandestinely in code language said that he gonna get legal because there was a other legal situation with LSA that caused them to revamp things over there when it comes to, I guess, slander, defamatory, and doxing behavior. He kind of was hinting at that with this new situation, or new old situation that's transpired over there. So we'll see how far that goes. I don't know if he was targeting LSA as a whole or that particular person. He seems to say he's very aware of that person that's doing that. So you know, you know. So that's very interesting. I don't know if he's going to continue, but I think he was just telling people, if you keep it up with that defamation and tagging me and putting me associating me with that stuff, I may take legal action. So that's what it kind of seemed to me he was hinting at. Dr. Soapy says all he needs is a good psychiatrist to testify on his behalf. Oh, for sure. For sure. That's for sure. Oh, for sure. Oh, definitely. 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 For sure. And, when you start, that it's just a murky situation because, excuse my term, it's not a nobody, it's like, it ain't a gutter snipe situation. Right? It ain't Tommy messing with somebody who might be also regarded as a gutter snipe. I mean, the law is going to just look at that as a wash. Like, what is that? But when you start looking at Tommy and someone who you could say is at an advanced level in life and degrees and things like things, then you start getting people, prosecutor, defense attorneys, and judges start looking at, why is this man talking to this young guy? Why is this man keep bothering this young guy? It's not opposite. It's not Tommy bothering Jay Wilson. You know what I'm saying? It's the opposite. So it just leads to a whole bunch of speculation and things like that. And then when you start talking about compensation, that brings YouTube into it because the man Jay Wilson is repeatedly saying, "I'm gonna make my money. I'm gonna make my money. I'm gonna make my money." which then puts YouTube in a responsible light because you're monetarily incentivizing this man to go at this young man and make commentary about him. Jay Wilson's not praising consistently Tommy and all that other stuff. He's talking and making fun of their situation. Hold on. So it brings you two into the situation. And just like when remember Ness put out some kind of thing she did, and that got that person's, for stop using her content because what the notice say? Oh, this is a legal matter. It wasn't no, oh, this is a copyright claim. This for bullying, harassing. No, this is taken down due to legal. So it's just like those things are out there. And YouTube don't want them issues. YouTube don't want to wind up with a $4 or $5 million lawsuit on their head because they asked that Tommy done did something. Well, he did done do something, but YouTube looking as the conduit of the platform that kind of incited what happened. They don't want that bad press. They already got enough bad press on them. So, I mean, let me shut up while I talk too much, but I'm sure if there was that angle taken on that avenue taken that involved YouTube, there will be ramifications because it is in the legal system. So, I mean, there's no hypothetically speaking. Oh, if that, oh, it did happen. Now, just to be like, oh, was YouTube responsible for letting it happen? What's up, Jennifer Jones? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. So that's all I really wanted to say. And I'm not trying to wish harm on Jay Wilson, but I'm just trying to let him know, yo, you are at a certain level, and there's certain people at other levels, and this can go all wrong for you because of like the tables can be flipped on you because of where you say you are in terms of social standing and where they are. And in the eyes of the law, you may be seen as someone who was a catalyst to this. And you continue to remark on Tommy in a negative and derogatory way. And if he is of a special class, you don't even know if that man got a caseworker. If Tommy has a caseworker, Tommy can easily say to his caseworker, this man incentivized me or brainwashed me to act in this way. At the time, I didn't, but I admired him. I looked up to them, and I thought he was my mentor, and that's why I call him my dada. So, and if that caseworker believes Tommy, they may come after you if they recommend it to, so no coins. Okay. What's up, Brixton Babe? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. But that's just my analysis of the situation. So, like I said, y'all look at Big Man TV and wonder why they protect the Big Man TV. So, because they don't want to get caught up in no legal situation. They don't want to get caught up in no legal situation involving Big Man TV for harassing someone of a protected disabled class, I guess. I don't know. But like I said, nobody knows what class Tommy falls in. So. All right, so that's what I got to say about that. We talked about Trezur Lane gets legal. In case you're coming in, there are people harassing Trezur Lane saying he's somebody that he isn't. Then they go on as far as to tag him and stuff so that he can be associated digitally, I guess you could say, with that picture of that person. Okay, now let's get into a Treecey versus Pizarro. We're going to take a brief commercial break. Listen, y'all, if you want to, feel free to send a gesture, $, circling crown. We're also having a top fan contest. If you come into the top fan, you can see the results on, I'm sure y'all have access to that, on YouTube. If you come in top place, we are going to send you a $15 cash app after the live if you are the top fan of this broadcast. All right? We'll be right back, and then we'll talk about Treecey versus Pizarro. It's a very interesting conversation and analysis that I have to provide regarding that situation. All right? We'll be right back.
I'm the S to the E, R, G, the I, the E.
Sir
and
King.
can no other lady put it down like me. I'm Fergalicious.
Welcome to Tofu Alley.
Stop me up in in the gym, just working on my fitness. He's my witness. I put your boy on rock, and
Sir
he be
King.
running down the block just to watch what I got. So delicious. It's hot, it's so delicious. I put them boys on rock, it's so delicious.
Welcome to Tofu Alley.
Hold up.
No beef, just tofu.
Okay. And we're back. All right. Thank you, Detached. Thank you for sending the proceeds for the top fan. I appreciate Detached. I do want to say thank you by way of Philly for your support, Detached.
I want to thank you, everybody, for sharing your life with me. You gave me so much, you made me happy. Your love's been amazing. I know I couldn't make it without you. Without your love. Thank you.
All right. Thank you once again, Detached. All right. So let's get into the last bit of commentary I want to offer. Treecey versus Pizarro. Now, this is happening at Lemon Dive, so I got to get a source, whatever. Like I said, I don't really watch too much, but obviously, as a responsible content creator, I do have to peek my head in a little bit over there, and I peeked my head in a little bit, and that was a little bit interesting. So, Pizarro started, so this whole thing about this drop game. So, I think it started a little bit earlier because I forgot where J Dunn was. Somebody, ODS, I think. What's it, ODS? No, yeah. It was ODS. So ODS had Shaquem on there, and J Don paid ODS to drop Shaquem, whatever. And then somebody paid to keep him up there. So then it went over to Lemon Live. Oh, oh, girl, whatever. Um, so then um it went over to Lemon Live, and Treecey and Pizarro got into it because somebody wanted to buy down, I think just Crystal, I think it was. And but Pizarro came up there and was going at Treecey, I think. All I know is they got into a heated battle, right? And Pizarro was like, Treecey, why are you stopping Lemon from getting his money? Why are you stopping from getting his money? Let him get his money. And Treecey's like, no, that's wrong. Y'all bullying. Stop that. Stop that. That's not right. I'm tired of this. I'm tired of this. Why are y'all doing this? And I'm like, interesting. Very, very interesting. And I'm just like, interesting. And I'm like, I understand the business side of it. Mind you, Lemon was awfully quiet. But Pizarro was going hard, and I'm just like, no. It's up to the content creator, obviously, to make that decision. I don't like that shit because not that I have no personal feeling, but I'm speaking on principle. Lemon had me brought down for 19 the motherfucking 99, right? So I don't like that because in a way, yes, you're getting lucratively rewarded right then and there, but it hurts your broadcast to some degree because now you're asking for that person to be removed, right? Okay, for whatever reason, whatever. Some reasons are stupid, and you think, oh, and like I say, it could be lucrative if somebody buys back, the person buys down, bows up. Yeah, it can, or it can just leave the live stranded. Because if you get up and get $30 for somebody who's gone for 30 minutes, then who gonna fill in that? Who gonna fill in that space, right? But Treecey's like, no, that's bullying, that's harassment. But I'm like, yo, honestly, I would like to know how Treecey will feel if that happened on her broadcast. If somebody sent her $200, you're gonna tell me, Treecey, you're gonna and not accept it for Paulette to sit up there and say "Woo Child" 2,000 times? You know what I'm saying? But then again, you got hungry, scamming Pizarro who don't take a event, who's hiding from the government reporting her income for whatever reason. Sit up there and say, "Oh, you getting in the middle of his back?" Like that's wild to me. And you're right, Dr. Sobi, it is money driven, but it's also like kind of, I feel disrespectful to the audience. I understand for the person who's doing it, it gives them a rush of power that they can sit up there and determine instantly alive and how it goes, but it, it seems kind of like scummy and trashy because the person knows that they're only worth $1, one, and then they're allowing themselves to be vulnerable, but let them know they're also expendable due to the price of $1. Right? So, but Treecey, you are a hypocrite. Like you are so much a hypocrite. Like she's sitting over there saying, "Oh yeah, I'm true. I've been the same since day one." Stop lying. That man talked to you like a dog. You would never let nobody else talk to you the way you let Lemon talk. And you had some pride about yourself. Oh, Lemon, you owe me. I didn't get my cash out, Lemon. Lemon, I still owe my. And then she sits on her live and says, "Oh, as long as Lemon's giving out cash outs, I feel I'm entitled to it." What? Are you okay? Like girl, you don't know how much you don't know how much you've lost. Like your like persona. Like you had a certain persona about Treecey. Oh yeah, Treecey, don't mess with Treecey. She's one of the like meanest out here if you rub her the wrong way. Not no more. Not no more. You're like you can be bought. That's pretty much what it is. You can be bought. And she's like, I know you guys want me to fight with Lemon. And no, girl, nobody wants you to fight with Lemon. You should be fighting with Lemon with the way he disrespects you. This is my broadcast. Did I ask you for your help? The old Treecey's like, bitch, who you talking to? Not this weak ass girl. You a girl. You weak. You a girl. And you got no balls. Not that you supposed to have any, but you ain't got no breasts either. You like, and the man that even pays you, and he checking you, and you say, "Wait, it'll come. It's coming, guys. It's just wait. Just wait. I don't want to do it just yet. I don't want to do it, girl. When by the time you do it, ain't nobody gonna care because he's done. He will have done eviscerated you to your skull. We know Krista. We know Krista. We know Treecey. Girl, you done messed up your image. Bad. 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 And Krista, like I said, like we just know you like silly putty. Like we don't we just look at you as an Oscar Gosh doll. Like you ain't you we know you know what, Krista, Lemon is probably the best thing that ever happened to you because you know you was in that house talking to nobody. You out there talking about how you roaming with your family. We know you probably roaming with them, but ain't nobody paying no attention. You probably look forward every day to be able to interact with them and fantasize. Baby, oh baby, what you said, baby? What in that? You probably just happy to have somebody to say baby too, and they respond back with baby. For real. Oh baby. Like, girl, you spent all this time online. You should be a sex operator. You should be an adult phone operator. Girl, I'm for real. Because them some of the most nice, sexy sounding people, but they don't look at it. And you could and you've shown you have the ability to really role play, to get into that fantasy mode. You will be probably, while we doing top fan of the month, you will probably be top phone operator of the month. For real. While you spending all that damn free time with Lemon, you can make this a lucrative venture. Hey, ain't caught up with that yet. You should do that. Did we have a sex operator over here one time in Avatar Nation? We had someone that was, I believe it was a sex operator. I think it was. It was a white girl. It was. I said, oh, you have a nice voice. She's like, yeah, I do. You know, I'm an adult phone operator. I said, oh, okay. Krista, you should really look into that. You should really, before the robots take over that, before AI take over that, and before we start getting robots in our home, you should really look into that, Krista, for real. Why you giving Lemon all that play You know he cheat with the motherfucking coin. And then he had a nerve to sit up there. Now, mind you, now we gonna get into the IRS money part. So, so this is listen, all y'all in Avatar Nation. What did I tell them? Don't tell people how much you make because it puts unnecessary eyes on you. And it got people who know shouting into the high heavens. What's Treecey over there saying? He got 20K. He got 20K, guys. He got 20K. He got, and I'm like, damn, girl, shut up. Do you, why you, at the time I heard it, I didn't hear Lemon say one time he had 20K. What's up, Darlene Gibson? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. He got 20K. And I'm like, but then this is the low key shady ass part. He did go tell Crystal to send him $20. Then it turns into the crowd. Oh, send me $20 for a bottle of alcohol, whatever you want to drink. What? You got 20K, but you need somebody to send you money for alcohol. It's not like, oh, let me enhance my podcast. Let me do this. Let me do that. No. So you can get, you know what? These people gonna send you $1,000 so they can see you explode your liver and kidney and be on a child. Let me stop. So yeah, all that's weirdness, weirdness, weirdum. And then you got people keeping your life alive while you fall asleep. You're the king of sleep. That's what that is. Ain't no king of no beast. It's the king of sleep. And he probably did that on intentionally. And Crystal, dumbass, sitting up there. Ooh, yeah, guys. I'm keeping alive up while he sleeps, you know. My babe's gotta get his energy. Girl. And I was like, I hope you get a cut. I hope you get a cut. But like I said, for Crystal, Lemon's probably the best thing that ever happened. And then I heard some other lady, but I thought there was dragons back over there. But apparently that's not dragons. She sounds like dragons. And I don't listen, when I watch it live, I'll be doing everything else. I don't be looking at the chat. I don't be looking to see who up there because you can pretty much understand who they are by their voice. But I guess they're saying it's somebody else that's sitting up there claiming that they didn't knew Krista and all. I don't know. So I don't know. Anyway, let's see who is the top fan, y'all, while we try to wrap up this broadcast. Top fan is Nessa A. Oh, Lord, Ron P, number 2. Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett is number 3. Number 4 is Detached. Number 5 is Brown Beauty. That's the top 5. All right, as we get to the closing moments of the broadcast, we'll see who ends the broadcast as number 1. Ron P says, well, at least he's paying Treecey for all that stuff. How you know he paying Treecey? Well, you're right. But how much? She over there talking, I'll curse you out tomorrow. Because she got quiet hours. You are 55 years old and can't yell in your own domain for getting kicked out due to quiet hours. Like, Treecey, this is what I want to ask Treecey. Treecey, why don't you go in your car? Why don't you go in your car, Treecey, and curse somebody out? Treecey, why don't you go in that room? Child, Treecey, we already seen you on the street corner, girl. We already seen you on the street corner wandering about, not looking right. So you telling me you can't go to the same street corner at night? Huh? Huh, Treecey?
We live, child. We live. Treecey's Pieces. Treecey's Pieces. We live, child. They mad, child. Why they mad, child? Okay. Woo! We live, child. We live. Treecey's Pieces. Treecey's Pieces. We live, child. They mad, child. Why they mad, child? Okay. Woo! Woo!
Treecey, you should be mad that you got quiet hours. Ain't nobody mad about a damn thing that you got going on over there, girl. You getting dictated how to live by your neighbors. And you getting dictated how to be treated by Lemon. For some payola. Like, you got life all backed up. Like, quiet hours. I ain't heard no quiet hours like since I was a little kid. Like, that's the stuff they do in pre-K. like, it's quiet hour, guys. Stop talking. Like, like Treecey, like for real. Why you can't go in your car? Like, it's people who be doing, because I'll be doing lives from the car. Shit, I did lives from my car because I was in transit, not because I had to. But damn, Treecey, you can't even go live. You talking about building a soundproof closet so you can go live. I can't believe that the baddest bee out here, who known for her tongue, is not giving it to the person who's cursing her out the most ever. In your face. This is the crazy part. Treecey will go live based on what somebody said on their own live about her. Here, she got a man cursing her out on the panel, and she won't go live about it. But it'll be that day. I know instead of being, that's why I used it. It do look like Treecey. It sound like her too. Oh, these people are crazy. These people are just weird. Like, you just wonder what they do when they offline. Like, how do y'all get through the day? I know y'all DoorDash #1 customers of the month. Because they just like, it's just weird. Y'all, and let me just say this. Listen. No, I ain't gonna say that because y'all running take it out of context. No, I ain't gonna say that. No. Let me just say it like this. We found the soundbite. Stay tuned. It may be on my next broadcast as I do some editing. But we found the soundbite, y'all. If you sure did, we found the soundbite. So next time I go live, I'll show you what the soundbites look like. We already found Pizarro's man in a Tesla. Child, I showed you what Pizarro man looked like driving his Tesla, did I? Here we go. Do I still have it, or did I get rid of it? I probably got rid of it because it's irrelevant. Hold on, y'all. Let me see if I got Pizarro's man on the Tesla. But this Pizarro right here.
Yeah, not like.
Just ugly. Oh, let's see. Is this? Oh, here you go. Pizarro man in a Tesla, child. Ready to pick up the sound bites.
What the fuck, bro? Really? What?
Oh, hell no!
What the fuck, bro? Really?
You know I wouldn't trip. What?
That's Pizarro man in the Tesla, y'all. Ready to pick up the sound bites. What's up, love Blake? How you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here. All right, so yes, we're gonna have the sound bites. We're gonna show y'all the sound bites in the next broadcast. So stay tuned, y'all. Stay tuned. All right. Anything else? If you have not subscribed, please subscribe to the damn channel because so you can see them ugly ass sound. Well, I'm not gonna say ugly. Can't talk about kids right here, but them bad ass sound bites. We could definitely talk about their behavior. Okay. They're badass sound bites. Cause the clip I got, them some badass kids, and you know where you got it from? Ugly ass Pizarro. Oh, let's get into this. Like, y'all were like, well, it's okay. Why you ain't talking about the IRS and the money? I think somebody said something about the 20K. Ooh, no, Olivia's what? Chilling. Is that the other Olivia, child? What Olivia is that? And what are you doing, Squire? Child? Ooh, child, I hope you ain't doxing in that picture, girl. It's crazy you got to worry about the picture that people can sit up there and upload a beautiful picture of one they found. And you got, oh, is that person doxing? Anyway, well, what's that comment? Let me see. What was that comment at? Hold on. Somebody said something about some 20K earlier, and I wanted to reference it. I think it was Brixton. But yeah, so she was out there screaming the 20K. What's up, AK? How you doing? Thank you for sharing my post the other day. I appreciate you. So yeah, so she was screaming out the 20K. And Lemon didn't say nothing. So like, she kept saying the 20K, the 20K. So listen, that is Lemon gonna have to report that 20K if he got 20K. Lemon lied a lot. So, but either way, he still Cash App gonna report it anyway. And that's the crazy damn thing. So in case you didn't know, The what they call it, it's called a reporting event or something like that. When something crosses a certain threshold, it triggers Cash App, PayPal, whatever, YouTube to report it. So with the Trump and his big beautiful bill, they got rid of the $600 threshold. So now it's raised to 20K. I'm like, oh shit, now they gonna be on your ass. So you better report. I'm just saying, limit 20K. So I'm like, damn, Treecey, you putting that man business out like that. So I'm just saying, the higher you go up, the more they be looking at you. So yeah, and I'm just saying, now while we over here giving Jay Wilson legal advice, you better not play with the motherfucking IRS. That's all I'm saying. You can sit up there, you can hide it and shuffle it and all that other shit, but you talking about 20K in your account? Ooh, child. Okay, just be careful, homeboy. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Okay. I said Treecey let it slip. He has no. She did not let it slip. Treecey. She did not let it slip. Let it slip is like, oh, 20K. Oh, I thought let me have 20K. Oh, let me. Don't you have over 20K? Oh, let me 20. Oh, that's letting it slip. Letting it stand or staking in the ground is, oh, you got 20K, Lemon. Well, that's nothing for Lemon. Lemon got 20K. He got 20K, so $20 not nothing. That's not letting it slip. That's letting it talk. That's letting it say it loud and proud. And I bet, well, if Lemon was annoyed, he could have muted her, but he didn't. So I don't know if he was annoyed or not, but I know I would have said, shut up, shut the fuck up, stop talking about. But they said Lemon put it out there, so I don't know. So maybe he wanted to let people know. Heavy Bear says, Heavy Bear, what's up, Heavy Bear? Say, when Tree Dog heard 20K, she asked him, she sure did. The Lemon, I didn't get my cash out, baby. And what did she call him? Well, it reminded me of some kind of dessert. Lemon cake. That's what it was. Lemon cake. I didn't get my cash out. Lemon cake. I was like, oh hell no. These women know how to smooth and butter you up. Lemon cake. I didn't get my cash out, and I'm willing to wait, my baby babes. Lemon cake. Lemon cake. I didn't get my cash out yet. Lemon cake. I was like, what in the hell is going on? Money. I'm like, y'all that desperate? And Treecey known not to beg for anything. And I'm like, well, maybe, yeah, well, she did breathe in that breathalyzer, but and Rob, you didn't have to give up. Well, Rob, did you give up any money? Well, what happened? Treecey traveled across state lines. Child, what in the hell is going on? Lemon cake? What? Krista, baby, babes. Okay, babes. I bet if Lemon was a trafficker, I bet y'all sit up there and traffic coke for that man. Okay, babe, sit it in a plastic doll. Oh, baby, sit it in a dildo. Oh, babes, lemon cake, sit the coke in a dildo. Oh my God. Anyway, yeah, I guess it's easy money, but they're desecrating any kind of self-respect because it's like they will always remember in this moment. See, the thing is, Nessa, I agree with you, but in a moment of time, you're setting up yourself to get decimated in any future argument because they can say, "Oh, remember you were sitting over there and gave up all your self-respect, hoping for a cash out from them, and you can't tell me shit, bitch." You know, that's what anybody gonna say. That they get into a future argument. Like Lemon told you to shut up, ho, and you did for a cash app. So you can't talk to me because I can't be bought. I can just see what people setting up their arguments when Treecey decides to switch her tune and wanted to come up there and want to slice and dice people with her Toys R Us hammer. I can just sit up here now. You can't tell me nothing. You let that man sit up there and tell you to shut up. Oh my God. That's what I'm saying. When you sell yourself out, like you just it's just over for you. Because they're gonna bring it up every damn time in the future. Every damn time. Like you just can't do that. You can't sit up here and be like, you a badass, but be like, oh, so nice and docile. Because you getting some money. Like, what? Crazy. Insane. And when you got money for cursing out people, now you ain't gonna curse out nobody. Weird. He ain't paying you like that. Like, and you over there, I didn't get my cash out yet. I didn't get it yet, but I'm waiting on it, baby. It's not that he on time paying you. He's like, he's not on time paying you. Gemini says, SK, do you honestly not see the game? I see the game she playing, but you can't play the game so long that even though you decide to sit up there and say you stop playing, that people gonna forget all the shit that was said to you in your face. You'll be like, okay, yeah, we see you play the game, but look at what was said. It's like we see what was said to you and you didn't say shit. Like we see the game. We see in the game, but you allowing people to say stuff to you that you said nobody will ever be able to say to you. And you just like it's like you your legacy is being bought. Now I know when we say legacy, that's supposed to mean a lot, but over here it don't. Okay. But I just got to drive it home. Legacy. Legacy. You have a narrative behind you, Treecey, and that's being soiled as we speak. But the rents due, guys, the rents due. Give me a cash out, the rents due. Remember, she stood up there and said, guys, it's the first of the month, the rents due. Send me your cash out, guys. I'm like, how you telling working people to send you money so that they can pay their first of the month rent and you gonna tell them to give you what? That's when I knew she lost it. I was like, girl. All right, that's all I got. I'm gonna drop the link in case anybody want to come up and tell us what you think. We're gonna also did adjourn, Jay Wilson. Leave them people alone because they come at you if they're in a protected class and you don't know it. Adjourn by rewarding our top fan of the broadcast. So feel free to hit the link and tell us what you think. Right now we got number one. Hold on, let me exit in and exit out so it reflects the most current tally. Let's see who's number one. Nessa A is number one. Number two is Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett. Number three is Heavy Bear. Number four is Ron P. And number five is The Tag. All right, we gonna let y'all, I guess, try to skew the vote. Do y'all even vote on this? Anything else I want to say? No, I just want to say once again, thank you to Ron P. For all he do on the YouTube streets. Yesterday was his big day, which was Labor Day, because he puts in a lot of labor on his YouTube streets and gives people timestamps so they can be productive people. That's it. So, in case y'all also didn't hear, Trump, I guess, has decked out the White House interiorly, or in its interior all in gold. So I saw something about that. That's very interesting since we was talking about wasteful spending. But yeah, other than that, also, I was talking when I was thinking of sure, I was thinking of the UNC versus TCU game, which was a big game because Bill Belichick, he was the former coach of the New England Patriots that won all them championships with Tom Brady. His team got decimated, I think, 45-14. And he is with a young girl. Well, let me say that young woman who I think is 25 years old, and his ass I think is over 60. So that's interesting, seeing that he coaches a college university. They were going at her and saying stuff about her and all that other stuff. And I'm very interested because why would a university tolerate that kind of inequity in relationship? You know what I mean? That's very like, but money talks. So yes, unfortunately he lost on the college ranks. And other than that, regarding anything else, no, listen, y'all, just prepare, save y'all money and stuff if you can. Buy goods that are cheap now. Where was I the other day and I saw some stuff that was expensive? Where was I buying? Oh, what's it? It was something that normally should have been inexpensive, but it was expensive. I don't know. But it was very interesting to see how this stuff is just tariffs is causing a lot of stuff to happen that shouldn't be happening. So if you have the opportunity to buy a couple extra things, feel free to do that. What I'm trying to bug me. What was I buying that was normally not that expensive before? I don't know. But it was today. That game was so embarrassing. Yeah, it was so. It was. I didn't watch it fully, Cheryl, but there was some stuff that like quarterback was messing up on. That's basic. I'm like, damn. And they were bragging like how he's bringing this experience and all this other stuff. I don't know. It's college athletics is very interesting now because these kids are getting paid to play. Guy getting paid $2 million. His NIL was $2 million, and I think that's a year. Oh, what the hell? So then he left for USC or something. He was at Clemson, I think. I don't know, but it's getting crazy out here. But there's money here. But with that being said, I'm out of here. I may come back tonight. We gonna show y'all the sound bites with a bad ass asses. But hope y'all been thoroughly entertained, educated in the process. Please know y'all rights. Don't talk too much. Oh, another thing, and when I read this, y'all, and I swear I'm gonna go. It reminded me of Rico, and if Rico knew his rights, he probably would have had his dog. Maybe, I don't know. We don't know what was reported to the officers. But in the book that I'm reading, you have the right to remain innocent. It talks about that if the police ask to speak to you, all you have to do is step outside. Don't let them in your house, and you can close the door. Don't let them in your house. You can step outside and speak to them. And what did Rico do that was wrong? The guy says, "Oh, can we come in a minute? Is there anybody else?" See, this book tell you how they position stuff up to benefit them. So what the guy said, is there anybody else in there? And then he says, "Oh," and then Rico said, "Oh, I got to get my keys." And then they let themselves in. And Rico could have done was he was right the first time, step outside. And when they sat up there and said, "Oh, can we come in?" He says, "No." If they said, "Oh, well, if you got nothing to hide," you can say, "Sir, do you have a warrant or anything like that?" And they said no. Then he does not have to allow them into his premises. And what happened when he allowed them in the premises? They saw the conditions of his living condition of his situation, and proceeded to apprehend him based on that, because that validated what they were saying about the dog. Child, educate yourself. Educate yourself. Amazon, I thank you, Amazon. Amazon not right because they do wrong by people in terms of labor, but Amazon is a benefit in a way because they'll allow you to get a book instantly. You know what I mean? And cheaply sometimes. So take advantage of the technology that we have, because we definitely in a more informed day. So as I close out the show, I just want to say thank you to everybody who's here. Ron P says, "Proper Sir King, thank you. Nessa A says, "Ron P, the time stamper, yes, the King time stamper." Cheryl the Sport Burnett says, "That game was a bear." Yes, it was. Ron P says, "Fun show to go. Thank you today. Thank you." Detach Myself says, "Great show." SK, thank you. Thank you, Auntie Donna, and thank you, Brixton Babe, as well. And thank you to Detach once again. All right, so now I'm going to unveil the top fan of today's show. They will receive $15 cash out. Thank you once again to Detach Myself for her gracious, generous contribution. All right, so here we go. And the winner is the top fan of today's show is no other than Nessa A. Congratulations, Nessa A. We will be sending you a $15 cash out. Hopefully that'll aid to some great food or whatever else you want to use it for. Okay? Congratulations, Nessa. With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. I may be back later. I got some stuff I got to do. But I will talk to y'all soon. And thank you once again for your incessant support. All right? Remember to be the change you want to see in the world. Remember, health is wealth. And every day is a gift. And once again, we want to send our condolences to Cheryl the Sport Burnett and her family. All right, with that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care and have a great day. Bye, y'all.
Sir King.
Canvas.
Sir King.
Wait. Beep, beep, beep. wait. Somebody wants to do the good deed of the day, and it's no other than Nessa A. She says, "Can I give it to Cheryl, the spoiler Burnett?" Yes, you can. Yes, you can, Cheryl. Cheryl, I will send you the $15 since you were number two, but you've always been or always is a great fan of the show. So, wait a minute. No, Nessa, no, Shirley Sports says, no, Nessa, no, thank you and blessings. So, I got to make the executive decision. I got to make the executive decision. Nessa, what do you want to do, Nessa? What do you want to do? What do you want to do, Nessa? Type in the chat as confirmation. I know you already typed it before, but Nessa, what do you want to do? And then I'll make my decision. Do you want to accept what Cheryl has stated? Or do you want to proceed with what you have stated? Let us know, Nessa. We'll do it that way. Give it to her. Give it to her. So, Cheryl, the Sportable Net, you will get the prize as the top fan today. We want to say once again, much love, peace, and support to your family. And you will be receiving a $15 cash app from Avatar Nation and Nessa A. All right. Thank you, Nessa A, for your generosity and your kind heart and spirit. Cheryl the Sporter Burnett says, thank you so much. God will truly bless you. Amen. Amen. All righty. All right. We are out of here. I will send the $15 to Cheryl the Sporter Burnett. Enjoy it. I'm sure these times are stressful. So make sure treat yourself, to take your mind or to ease your soul. Okay. What you saying? Aiden C says, Sir King, how can I get Avatar __ nation on IG is the best way to get in contact with me. Avatar __ nation is the you would like to join the show? Okay, well contact me at Avatar __ nation on IG. You must have __ or else it will not be me. So Avatar __ nation on IG. Okay? All right. Okay, thank you, Aiden. See, I appreciate you talking about my growth. So I appreciate that. All right. Thank you to the one and only Ron P. That is where I can be located on IG if you need to contact me. Oh, my wonderful moderator Ron P is already on right there. So there you go. Yeah, should connect you to my profile. Feel free to send me a request or a message, and I will respond to you in a timely manner. Okay. Thank you to the one and only Ron P. That's why he do the damn thing. All right, y'all. I'm out of here. Once again, thank you to Nessa A and Cheryl the Spoiler Burnett. All right. Talk to y'all soon, and thank y'all for all that you do. Bye, y'all.
Sir King.
Canvas.
Sir King. Sir King. Sir King. Sir King.
I'm not a financial advisor. I just do commentary on financial trends that are the public that I see. To answer your question, my personal opinion, agency, I don't think this is a good time to be in the market at all. Stocks, crypto, whatever. I just don't think it's a good time. I'm not a financial advisor. I just go by what I'm just a news reporter, you can say. And I just report the news. I do not think this is a good time to be in the market. It's a very volatile market. It's going up, it's going down. You have certain catalysts that are coming up. As I told my people, September 5th. Why September 5th? That is going to be a down day, I feel. Okay, there's going to be a down day. But for people who are just in the clouds still, thank you for staying. September 5th, you can look this up, is a key report coming out. I feel there will be a down day. I feel that you're going to start seeing things selling off a couple days before that. I think you saw that on Friday. I think you will see that on the September 4th and September 5th. I do think you will continue to see that until September 15th. Why September 15th? Because the interest rate is going to be cut that day, most likely. I think the interest rate is going to be cut more than anyone expects it to be cut, I feel. Or maybe they will stick, right? So that may be a day that you see crypto and other things, such as stocks and things, boom that day. But then after that, what happens? I don't know, right? It's a lot to take into account. The tariffs being one, rising unemployment, and debt, right? We just raised our debt ceiling to allow it to go up to $4 trillion. When you're in debt, that devalues the dollar. So what? People are selling bonds. I don't understand the bond market, but I know damn sure when people are selling bonds, that's a scary thing. So I don't know. Yeah. So just be I don't know, just be careful, y'all. That's all I can say. All right. So hopefully answered your question, Aiden. Thank you, detached. I'm not I'm not a professional advisor, financial advisor. I only do what I see in the news and I comment on that. I think you should have a financial panel and still do this. We can talk vaguely about that because there are people who are way more certified than I, and they are quick to. And YouTube has rules about that too. You got to be careful about what things you push, what things you say, because you never want to be perceived as influencing the market to some degree. So you have to be very, very diligent when you speak specifically or have things catered to that. Like I said, I'm not a financial advisor, nothing like that. I'm not trying to tell y'all about this, to tell you about it. I'm just talking about trends that I see reported in the public news space. So, but you can converse with me, and we'll see what you say and all that. All right. With that being said, I'm out of here. Y'all take care. Once again, congratulations to Charlotte Spoiler Burnett. I will be sending that at the conclusion of this broadcast. Talk to y'all soon. Agency, I have to be very careful over here because they can lose 2 cents and they want to hold you responsible for their loss of 2 cents, but they don't tell you that they made bags off of what you showed them. So yeah, they always have to proceed with caution. But thank you. All right, I'll talk to you later. Bye, y'all. See ya.